Greetings nerdy list aficionados, and it's time to enter the realm of dreams. It's kind of like the realm of what ifs, only far more hypothetical. When it comes to superhero films, there are tons of stories. Movies that got lost in production hell, people who were almost cast, scripts cast aside, directors lost, and then there is just pure fan hope. We're about to take a look at DC films that fans really wish would happen, be it because they were lost to time or just because it would be cool to see that character. I'm Sasha, and we're about to count down the top 10 DC superhero movies we wish were real. It's gonna be a fun one. I'm excited. Also, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and stick around. And if you've been with us a while, consider joining by hitting that join button for exclusive vids and behind the scenes content. And now, onto the movies that may never be. Or maybe they will. Number 10. Joker and Harley. Oh, this movie getting made in this day and age, it pains me to say because I would watch it. Well, good luck. Now, fans have been curious about this one for years, with a big push post The Dark Knight, wherein fans were fan casting who would be a perfect Harley to Heath Ledger's Joker. However, after what happened with Heath Ledger, that was obviously shelved. But when word surfaced that both characters would be in Suicide Squad and that it would touch on their relationship, excitement built again. And for a while, a spin-off film with these two was on the docket. Some fans took to the on-screen more romantic / classic take on their relationship. Although this relationship for some is one they refuse to have any alternate takes on, even if they'll accept alternate versions of literally everything else, as they feel it is abusive and should be depicted as such, and ultimately cast aside. There's a lot more nuance than that to these two's relationship, but if I get into that, we will be here all day. What killed this movie more than hypothetical backlash was how people reacted to Jared Leto's portrayal of the Joker. They loved Harley, but not so much the Joker, especially not with how so many of his scenes were cut and how much of that movie was recut for tone, which very much made him feel like he was part of a different movie than the rest of them. This film languished in pre-development hell for years after 2016's Suicide Squad, and now any Leto Joker projects have been completely deprioritized, so we probably won't get this movie anytime soon, but if it ever happens, they've got at least one guaranteed viewer. Me. Number 9. Green Lantern. Again, not the Jack Black version either. Now, Ryan Reynolds' film from 2011 has become a bit of a pop culture joke, known for spending way too much on effects, which now don't look quite so crisp as when it was first released, and the more jaded claim they never look good at all. However, that movie was very cluttered. It was trying to do a lot in a very short period of time. Turn Helms with Green Lantern, train him, introduce Sinestro, Parallax, and have him fight Hector Hammond. Just too much. So some feel the Green Lantern needs, well, a couple of things. 1. A more cohesive plot. 2. It doesn't necessarily have to be Hal. We have many lanterns to choose from. And also, we don't have to start with the origin. We all know, he found a ring, or the ring found him. Green Lantern could be a really cool space adventure. People have been pitching and proposing this film for a while now, the most recent being Christopher McQuarrie. I still have hope, although honestly, real talk, we can do a bunch of these as animated films. Animation is an underappreciated art form that is not just for kids. Number 8. Batman Beyond. So Batman the Animated Series, which began in 1992, and yes, I'm about to do the spiel I do every time we talk about this. We're going to talk about the DCEU, the DC Animated Universe, an interconnected bunch of animated series that ended off chronologically in the narrative with Batman Beyond, even though airing-wise it ended with Justice League Unlimited. Batman Beyond was also known as Batman of the Future in Europe. This series featured a futuristic Gotham where Batman had retired after physically becoming unable to be Batman anymore. He ends up in a mentorship role to a new young Batman, Terry McGinnis, after McGinnis discovers his secret and decides that someone still needs to clean up Gotham. Also, his dad was murdered. In the comics, there was a run with this version, but there was also one with Damian Wayne. I guess I would accept that version, but honestly, how cool would it be to see Neo Gotham? In early 2019, rumors were swirling that this one could become a reality, and it was later bandied about as an April Fool's joke, but fans were really excited, and sometimes when people get excited about April Fool's jokes, they become a reality. Remember Pokemon Go? Don't let your dreams be dreams. Number 7. Nightwing, aka Dick Grayson. We're all gonna pretend all that Rick Grayson stuff never happened. Who's Rick? Fans have longed for Dick Grayson to get a solo big screen outing for a while now, and for a time it looked like we were kinda gonna get it. Remember The Dark Knight Rises and Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character, Robin, who found the cave at the end, and fans were like, oh my god, Batman movie with kinda not Grayson, and then, well, that was over. Recently in 2018, there was talk of casting because it was rumored that they were looking for an Asian American actor to play Nightwing, and the fans' base reaction was largely K, but how's his butt? There's a lot of thirsty people in the Nightwing fanbase. We've now got a Dick Grayson in Titans, so that's nice, but but some still want a big screen adaptation. They feel we've had enough Batman, and that really it's time for someone else. We all know Batman's story. It's time for Dick Grayson. Number 6. Martian Manhunter. So we've seen Martian Manhunter and Supergirl, and with the success of Aquaman, many feel that more obscure DC characters could do well. Not that Aquaman is really obscure, but he's not as well loved as the big three. So many people feel that Martian Manhunter has a cool cinematic backstory, and would take us away from familiar territory, and into the realm of potentially something noir-esque or a space epic or both. Both is good. I'd like to see those blended. This one would need solid effects though, and please some practical prosthetics. Number 5. Static Shock. This one could be a lot of fun and would be a good one to aim towards kids. Not as many people know Static, but that's not always a bad thing. It allows you more room to play around. Static is Virgil Hawkins, who has electromagnetic control. His series was turned into an animated series in the early 2000s, and it was a lot of fun. This character has had a few origins, so there are choices. You could go more adult, or you could go more teen and fun. After the success of Shazam, that might be the way to go. Virgil's story is all about balance, balancing his newfound powers with his teenage struggles and those of his community. It's neat. Not enough people remember Static, but you know who did? Young Justice. Number 4. Poison Ivy. All hail the villain movie. I'm a huge fan of villain stories where the hero is just there on the periphery, a dark element in these villains' lives. It can be done and done successfully. Suicide Squad, for all its flaws, had glimpses of this. One of my favorite scenes is actually the Joker Harley flashback scene during the car chase portion of it. I think that angle of Batman not being the focal point spices things up. They really played with that well in the excellent animated movie Batman Assault on Arkham. They're gonna try again in October of 2019 with the Joker, and some feel that Poison Ivy deserves her own shot, and just her own, although I'm sure some want a Harley Ivy movie as well. Ivy has some very interesting potential given her ecological interests and general misanthropy. A good writer could do a lot with what's there. A world where she is the hero, or one where viewers could see why she views herself that way. I'm down. Number 3. Animal Man. Okay, so I can't think about Animal Man without thinking about Manimal, a short-lived TV series pretty much everyone forgets about, but me. I remember it because the transformations were pretty bad. Not that Animal Man actually transforms, but I digress. Buddy Barker has the ability to mimic different facets of animals, flight, breathing underwater, etc. He got these powers initially because of being exposed to a crashed alien spacecraft. He was created in 1965, but wasn't really used much until Grant Morrison injected him with some life, blood, and pathos. The series dealt not only with him fighting crime, but also with his connection to animals and how that shaped his life and his relationship with his family. Later in the New 52, and one of the more interesting comics of that dark time, he got an intriguing connection to the Swamp Thing, so there is potential for his character to come in a variety of ways or go solo. Is the future of DC an interconnected universe? I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. But Buddy can stand alone as well. Number 2. Batgirl. Okay, this was also on our list of movies that could save DC. That title is so melodramatic. It was there because it looks like it will happen, even if it's struggling right now because it's looking specifically for a female director. But it looks to be moving forward, and there is buzz that it's being written, and also that Daisy Ridley, or Ray, could be cast as Batgirl. Make of that as you will. However, it's on this list too because there's more than one Batgirl out there, and not everyone wants a Barbara film. Some want a Stephanie Brown film or a Cassandra Cain film. Now, I know that Cassandra Cain is going to be in Birds of Prey, but how cool would a Cassandra Cain assassin ninja epic one be? That would be great. Given a choice, I'd watch that one. Also a proper Cassandra, so barely speaking, most of the story told visually. Okay, I'm gonna stop, I'm getting too attached to this idea. A Batgirl movie could be interesting, but in this climate I can see it being polarizing, and Batgirl, whoever she is, whichever one we choose, deserves better than that. I'm so curious, what would your dream Batgirl movie be? And number 1. Justice League. Yes, we recently at the time of this recording had a Justice League movie, but not many people were happy with it. There's calls to release the Snyder Cut, and just the general idea that it was a bit of a mess. So some fans want a do-over, a new Justice League that can do these characters proud, or well, justice. The pun was right there. The Justice League has been attempted before, see the 90s TV series pilot, but it's hard, especially if you haven't introduced all the members yet. And it's also hard because people keep getting recast. The DC film series truly is a multiverse, but but there can be strength in that if played correctly. The thing with a Justice League film that one has to factor in is the expense. The studio won't want a bunch of unknowns, and it's been proven you can't just jump into it, so it may be a while before we get another go at this. But if it happens, I'll be there. And if not, there's again always the DCEU. Don't knock animation, it's not just for kids. There's powerful storytelling going on there. Into the Spider-Verse proved that it can be very profitable for adults as well. Give me more animation. So those were 10 DC movies we wish were real. I'm sure you have your own picks. I know I do. Personal time, I want a Booster Gold movie. Tell me what your dream DC film is down below. I'm Sasha, thanks so much for watching Top 10 Nerd. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more nerdy lists. We'll see you again soon. Bye bye.